Welcome back to Coin Explorer. Today we're venturing into the world of rare currency, and what you're about to discover might just change how you view the coins lying unnoticed in your drawers. This isn't just any coin. This is the 1990 South African 2 Rand, a piece that, to the untrained eye, might seem ordinary. But beneath that modest appearance, a value and story that could reach into the thousands, maybe even lakhs, and yes, possibly millions of dollars in the collector world. Sounds unbelievable? Let's find out why this coin has captivated collectors across the globe, and why you should take a second look at your own coin stash. Let's start with the basics, the coin itself. The 1990 South African 2 Rand is crafted from nickel, a durable and corrosion-resistant metal that was a standard for many circulating coins of the era. It weighs 7 grams, with a diameter of 23 millimeters, and carries a design that echoes the spirit of a changing nation. On the obverse, you'll find a portrait of Jan van Riebeeck, a controversial figure in South African history. His image had graced South African currency for decades, a nod to the country's colonial past. And on the reverse, a majestic kudu antelope, strong, elegant, and deeply symbolic, with the denomination 2 Rand boldly beneath it. But this isn't just about what you can see, it's about what you can't see at first glance. Because this coin, struck in 1990, sits at the crossroads of a pivotal era in South African history, and that alone makes it a potential treasure. 1990. A nation on the brink of change. To truly appreciate why this coin holds such value and intrigue, we need to understand the moment in which it was born. The year 1990 was monumental in South Africa's timeline. The country was standing at the edge of a new dawn. Apartheid, the oppressive system of racial segregation, was beginning to unravel. In February of that year, Nelson Mandela was released from prison after 27 years behind bars. It was a global moment, one that shook the world and gave rise to hope, unity, and transformation. This was the year when negotiations began to end apartheid and move towards democracy. The winds of change were sweeping across South Africa, and everything, from politics to national symbols, was undergoing a silent revolution. So, what does this have to do with a coin? Everything. Because coins are more than currency, they're historical documents, minted in metal. The 1990 2 Rand coin doesn't just represent 2 units of money, it represents a nation in flux, a society preparing to reimagine itself, a coin that marks the beginning of the end of an era. And in the collector world, coins from such transformative periods often hold incredible symbolic and monetary value. Why is this coin so sought after? Now let's get into the meat of the story. Why is the 1992 Rand coin so desirable? For one, mintage numbers. While the exact quantity produced in 1990 isn't considered exceptionally low, what makes this coin unique is how few high-grade examples remain today. You see, these coins were meant for circulation. They were handled, dropped, scratched, and used in everyday transactions. Finding a 1990 factorial 2 Rand coin today in mint condition, especially one that has never been in circulation, known in the coin world as uncirculated, is incredibly rare. Add to that the historical significance of 1990, and you've got a coin that ticks all the boxes: collectible, meaningful, and potentially very valuable. Minting variations and errors, the real game changers. Here's where things get even more exciting. Over the years, collectors and numismatists have identified anomalies in some 1990 2 Rand coins. Slight die variations, minting errors, or misaligned strikes. These seemingly minor imperfections can make a coin worth dramatically more than its face value. There have been reports of coins where the rim is doubled, or the lettering appears slightly off-center. Some even claim to have found plancher errors, where the metal blank used wasn't properly prepared before minting. And here's the kicker. No 2 minting errors are exactly the same. Each one is unique, and in the collector's world, uniqueness equals value. Imagine this. A standard 2 Rand coin might fetch a modest price, but a 1990 2 Rand coin with a visible minting flaw? That could ignite a bidding war at an international coin auction, with final bids reaching amounts that might fund a car or a house. A case that shocked the numismatic world. Let me tell you about one collector's journey. In 2022, a South African coin enthusiast inherited a collection from their grandfather, a mix of coins from the 1970s through the early 2000s. At first glance, most seemed ordinary. But one coin caught their eye, a 1992 Rand that looked oddly perfect. No wear, no scratches, and a slightly thicker edge than usual. Curious, the collector sent it to a professional grading service. Weeks later, the verdict came in. The coin had been graded MS69, near perfect mint state. Even more shocking, experts noticed a subtle die clash on the reverse, a rare phenomenon that occurs when coin dies strike each other without a plancher in between, leaving faint outlines where they shouldn't be. With that revelation, the coin was reevaluated. In a European auction, bidding went wild. And though the final price was never made public, insiders suggest offers crossed the six-figure mark. That's right, a coin that once bought bread now buying someone a brand new life. How to know if you have one? So now you're probably thinking, do I have one of these coins? Well, here's how to find out. 1. Check the date. Make sure your coin is from 1990. That's your starting point. 2. Inspect the condition. If your coin looks untouched with sharp details and zero scratches, you might have a high-grade example. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. 3. Look for errors. Are the edges uneven? Are the letters misaligned? Any strange marks or symbols that seem out of place? These could be minting anomalies and potential gold mines. 4th language variant. South African coins from this era were issued in different official languages. A 2 Rand with an uncommon language version on the obverse might be more sought after. 5. Get it graded. If you suspect you have something rare, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A high-grade certification can increase your coin's value exponentially. Why the 1990 2 Rand coin is so important? Let's step back for a moment. What's truly powerful about this coin isn't just its potential market value. It's the story it tells. This coin is a time capsule, minted at the precise moment when South Africa began to change, when Nelson Mandela walked free and the hope of a new nation began to rise. Holding the 1990 2 Rand is like holding a piece of that history. And for many collectors, especially those with ties to South Africa, that emotional connection is priceless. The global coin craze, why prices are rising. We're living in a golden age of collecting. Around the world, rare coins are smashing auction records. In recent years, a 1933 double eagle sold for over $18 million. A 1794 flowing hair silver dollar fetched over $10 million. Even modern coins with minting errors have crossed the $1 million threshold. So what's happening? Well, collectors, investors, and even museums are realizing the cultural and financial value of rare coins. They're not just currency, they're artifacts. And as time goes on, the number of surviving specimens continues to shrink, especially those in mint condition. That's why the 1990 South African 2 Rand has found itself in the spotlight. It's historically significant, potentially rare, and increasingly desirable. And unlike many other valuable items, it might just be hiding in your pocket or forgotten collection. So, what's the takeaway? That little 2 Rand coin you've been ignoring might be far more valuable than you think. It might not have a price tag screaming in red, but its history, condition, and uniqueness could mean the difference between ordinary pocket change and a life-changing opportunity. Take a moment, search your drawers, ask your relatives, look in old wallets, tins, or that coin jar gathering dust, because you never know, you might just uncover a piece of South African history worth thousands, lakhs, or even millions. Thanks for watching, Coin Explorers. If you found this story fascinating, if it made you look at your coins a little differently, hit that subscribe button. Smash that like. And share this video with anyone who might have a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. And most importantly, remember, always check your change. Because sometimes, a simple 2 Rand coin from 1990 might be worth more than you ever imagined. Keep hunting. Keep learning. And may your next coin be the one that changes everything.